Which stock would have made you more money if you put $10,000 into it? Apple or Microsoft? I have collected all of the data over the last 10 years for both and simulated this, and the results will shock you. These companies are two of the largest and most influential technology companies in the world. Although they do have some differences in terms of revenue streams, which we will get into. Let's look at our first competitor, Apple. Apple's influence on the technology market is unmatched, with 60% of Americans owning Apple products. This comes from their long-lasting reputation, which started back in 1976. Since then, they have grown to become one of the most valuable and recognizable brands in the world. They have a loyal consumer base that upgrade to the new versions of their products as soon as they are released. The company's revenue streams are quite diverse by focusing services such as iCloud storage, music, Apple TV, and Apple Pay. They have rewarded investors with consistent growth and even a 0.45% dividend. Let's look at our second competitor, Microsoft. Microsoft generates revenue from a variety of products and services, such as software, cloud computing, gaming, and enterprise services. Microsoft was founded back in 1975, where they started in computer operating systems. Since then, it is estimated that 70% of computers within the USA have Microsoft software, whether this is through the operating system itself or one of their many Office 365 products. In terms of their financials, they have recurring revenue streams from subscription services such as Office 365, Xbox Game Pass, and a number of Azure cloud services. Now, using all of the data collected for both funds over the last 10 years, we can simulate the outcomes that would have occurred if you invested $10,000 into each 10 years ago. This will include the dividends, which will be reinvested into the stocks the same day they are received. Let's take a look at their performance from the beginning of the analysis. Starting off with Apple. 10 years ago in 2014, they were valued at $27.25 per share. Our $10,000 investment would have got us 366 shares in the company. If we fast forward just 1 year, we would already have made $1,500 in profit. By the end of year 3, you would now be up $7,492, representing a 74% profit. The dividends have paid $676 as part of your profit, which has brought your total shares up to 387. Things only get better as we head on to the end of year 5, where your initial investment would have officially doubled. You would now be up $17,048, representing a 170% gain overall. The shares are now up to $64.57 each, and you now own 399 shares of the company. Before we get too far ahead, let's see how Microsoft would have done in this same time frame. 10 years ago, Microsoft was valued at only $47.99 per share. $10,000 investment would get you 208 shares. As we fast forward to the end of year 1, Microsoft had some tough times, as Q1 and Q3 were down on your initial investment. However, they turned things around by the end of the year, which would have resulted in a profit of $1,960 at the end of year 1. Moving on to year 3, Microsoft would have been steadily growing. Your profits are now up to $9,547, representing a 95% profit at this time. That means at the end of year 3, Microsoft has almost doubled your initial investment. As we head on to year 5, Microsoft has continued to have exponential growth. Your total return on investment would now be up to $26,661, representing a 266% gain on your initial purchase. The shares have exploded in value, up to $150 each. All of this has come from just a $10,000 investment only 5 years ago. Now, as we move on to these last few years, let's compare the results side by side to figure out exactly what would have happened at the end of the 10-year period. For year 7, Apple has continued to rapidly grow, as they are now up to $151 per share, making your overall gains up to $53,000 so far. This is a 533% profit from your initial $10,000 investment. But comparing this to Microsoft, you would have been up $74,000, representing a 744% profit so far. We still have 3 years to go until our 10-year timeline, but Microsoft would be up $20,000 in profit. Let's see how things close out. Now, by year 10, present day, your Apple investment of $10,000 would have made you $85,000 in profit, representing an 858% profit so far. Comparing this to Microsoft though, we would find out that they would have returned $96,000 in profit, representing a 962% profit overall. And at the end of the experiment now, we can see that Microsoft has returned more over the past 10 years than Apple. If you did make it this far in the video, leave a like and comment and let me know what you think. Subscribe for more financial content.